Hey friends, today we're making Korean Kimbap. This video is part of my Cooking for My Girls series where I share some of our family recipes for my daughters to watch when they're older. I'll walk you through all of the ingredients as we make this first roll together, and you can also see the full recipe on my blog, which I'll link in the description box. First, I'm just seasoning my sheet of lightly roasted seaweed with sesame oil and salt. You'll want to make sure your seaweed is not the really crumbly seaweed snack variety because that's not going to roll very well. So this one is just very lightly roasted, and I'm just putting some sesame oil and salt on there. You can also season your rice, but I like to just season my seaweed. It's just easier. So take a scoop of rice and start spreading it on top of your seaweed, but leave a gap at the top in order to seal it. Sometimes having the oil on the seaweed or the oil in the rice makes this part a little tricky, but just take your time. And you're also going to want to use short grain sticky rice for this recipe. Now we're going to layer our fillings. This yellow stuff is pickled radish, and you can find it in any Asian grocery store. You can find it cut into long strips like this, or you can slice it yourself. Continue layering with long strips of cucumber, carrot, the egg, and spinach. And for the egg, you can just cook it in a frying pan in a very thin layer and then cut it into long strips. And the spinach is just blanched spinach and then cooled in cold water and then strained and squeezed to get all the excess water out. And then the last filling we're going to use for this recipe is cooled cooked bulgogi. And you can find the recipe for that on my website. Now, picking up the roll and the bamboo mat, you want to bring it all the way on top of the fillings and tuck the free edge underneath as you start rolling. Press down on the mat tightly, but let the bamboo mat kind of roll out in front of you, making sure it doesn't get wrapped up in the roll itself. If the seam doesn't quite seal for you right away, you can grab some grains of rice and use it as a sort of glue to keep that seam down. And look, you just made your first kimbap roll. Now, using a sharp knife, slice them into coins about 1/4 inch thick. And I like to have a wet rag on hand to wipe my knife before each cut, and that just helps it keep it very nice and clean. And make sure you use a sharp knife. This knife needs to be sharpened. Alright girls, you just made your first Kimbap. Yay, good job! These are so great for bento boxes, a fun or colorful snack, and I just love to make them just to show you my love. I hope you make them for your kiddos when you grow up, and always remember that mommy loves you so much. For all of our friends watching, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!